Hello everyone, my name is Ivan Calvo, and today I'm going to show you how to use Genie Code to migrate your workspace assets to a YAML repo defined files. Why do you need this? Because you need to promote the assets, let's say on the development workspace, to later environments such as staging, production, and you achieve that using dApps. And because it's CI/CD and DevOps friendly. So let's get started. Okay, so in this case, this is a workspace right here. The plan is to migrate two existing, one job, one pipeline here. I also want to migrate this warehouse. And what else? I also want to migrate this alert, right? So that's the plan. So let's prepare the Genie Code configurations first. Okay, so let me just start a new thread for Genie Code. And what I'm going to do first is I will go to the dApps migrator repo. This is a link that you're going to find on the description. I'm going to click on releases. I'm going to download the zip folder, the zip code file right here. And now on the downloads folders, I'm on Mac, so I'm going to double click to unzip. Now I'm going to click on the folder and I'm going to zip the dApps migrator folder that it's inside. And yeah, this is the zip that we are going to upload to that repo. So let's go to Genie Code. Over here, let's scroll all the way down to the workspace skills. So this is available for all the users in this workspace. And as you can see, it's empty. There's nothing happening here. So I'm just going to drag and drop the zip and let's click on import. It's gonna take a couple seconds. Okay, it's working. Now let's click on the dApps migrators, and the idea is that we need to see this skill file over here. And I think that's the only configuration that I did on the workspace on the Genie. Oh, this right here on the workspace instructions, I added these lines. Migrations, DevOps, and CI/CD. If the user asks for a migration on dApps, automation bundles, and assets, use the dApps migrator. Basically the skill that we just added. Okay. Now, let's go back to workspace. And the plan is I'm going to work in this repo right here. As you can see, this repo is empty. This repo has nothing. And it's this one right here, the dApps migrator showcase, because that's the plan, to showcase the tool in action. So it's empty. So I'm going to just click over here. I will go to Genie Code and I will tell Genie Code, hey, I want to migrate the existing assets to dApps. And for considerations, use GitHub Actions and place the files on the root, because I need that for dApps and the CI/CD, right? So now Genie Code is going to start thinking, is going to plan, it's going to create also the files. So it's going to be something like this. It's going to create this plan, and it's going to load the dApps migrator skill. That is what is happening right now. So as you can see, I'm going to pause the video right now. It's going to take like 5 minutes to generate the files. So I'm just going to click on accept and run everything here, and we will be back after the work is done. Okay, awesome. We are back, everyone. So in this case, Genie just concluded all the plan, all the work, and we can see some to-dos here that needs to take place on the Git repos, such as adding service principals, configuring some environments, staging and prod. And inside of the environments, we need to add these variables in order to make it work, and some key details, the structure files, and everything. So okay, we are in this Git folder. This is the files that were regenerated. Let's remember that there was only this readme file. So let's click on the main Databricks YAML file. Let me close Genie Code. because I am in a Git folder and there is this YAML file. That's why I can see this deployments section over here. And we can see here that, yeah, there's like 3 environments, dev, staging, and production. There are 2 variables. It is included all the resources here. This is the name of the bundle. This is loading now, but what we're doing is go to the resources folder and import all the YAML definitions. So right now there's only a job, a pipeline, an alert, and a SQL warehouse. As you can see, the subfolders, there's only 1 item per each, right? And something that I would like to highlight is the definition, for example, on the job. As you can see, there's no hard-coded values, and it is using the notebooks from the repo. It is not just copying the full YAML file. And by this, what I mean is, take a look at the path here, take a look at the ID, and if we go to that job is this one right here, the bike job. If we click on view code as YAML, we can see here the ID hard-coded and the global path. So that's not happening here, which is good for us. Let's work. Okay, so now we can see the resources here. Let's click on deploy, and this is going to, well, create the same assets, but with this prefix in the current workspace, right? So in this case, let's just hit deploy, and this is going to start creating the pipelines. And it is saying that the deployment is complete, was successfully. There was no error, which is great for us. So as you can see now, I can just go and run this job, and now it's starting to run. But let's say that okay, everything is fine, and now I just want to add another 2 resources, right? I want to add a schema and a volume. So in this case, let me expand Unity Catalog here. And in the meantime, I am going to just give that command to Genie Code. And let's take a look. So this right now, this is the database that I'm migrating. Project X bronze, and there's a landing volume inside that schema, inside that database, right? So in this case, Genie detected a skill, and now it's going to get the assets and the configurations, and it's going to add that into the project. So soon, if we go back to deployments, we're going to see new resources here and also new folders here. We're going to see volumes and schemas. So right now, Genie is working on that. So it's going to do some Python SDK to get the configuration. It is saying that it's incremental ingestion because there is already a dApps project going on. So instead of recreating everything, it is just going to add the files. So as you can see, done. Those files were added. We have here schemas and volumes. And if we go back to the resources here, let's click on refresh. And that is going to add the new files, right? There you go, schemas and volumes, the new definitions. So now I can just go and I can hit on deploy and click here. And that is going to deploy these assets within the workspace, right? And yeah, in this case, finish deploy on that successfully. And if I go to Unity Catalog here, and if I expand the catalog, let's hit on refresh, and we will see this right here, the dApps manage Project X bronze schema with its volume. So yes, you can see this is doing great. This is doing great. I did 0 changes on the code. Maybe I can just add more reconfigurations. This true value can be a variable, let's say. But as of now, the project is fine. So what I'm going to do is I am going to commit and push these changes to main. I'm working on the main branch, but whatever. And I'm going to say something like version 1 of the project, and I'm just going to commit and push, right? This is going to push the changes to the repo, and there was a push in the main branch. Therefore, it is going to trigger a CI/CD pipeline. Let's refresh the repo here. And as you can see, the files are here. There is the CI/CD pipelines here. And if we click on deploy to staging, you can see here, when there is a push on main branch, execute all this. What is going on here is it will check out the code, install the Databricks CLI, using the staging environments. This right here, this is going to store secrets and variables. You can see that these secrets over here are being obtained from that environment. So let's just quickly overview environments, staging, right? So I need to configure the environments and the secrets here because right now there's no variables. So yeah, in this case, it's going to validate the bundle and deploy the bundle, where in this case on the staging environment is hard coded, so I can just manage this as a variable too. Yeah, and if we go to actions, we can see that 1 minute ago this GitHub action workflow or CI/CD workflow was running, and it failed, yeah, because of the authentication. Because Genie Code told me, hey, you need to add these variables if you want to run the workflow route, right? And take a look at this. Default authentication, cannot configure credentials, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, this is what Genie Code told me. Let's go back and refresh. And this right here, the to-dos. Add the secrets, blah, 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 add the staging, and that's it. Okay, everyone, that's everything that I wanted to show you. Kudos to Lucas Almeida, one of the best Databricks engineers in Brazil. I worked with him on a hackathon 2 weeks ago, and this was the outcome of that hackathon. Thanks, everyone. Goodbye.